As a published researcher, I highly advise you ladies, stop going back and forth with these men that never went to college or took statistics. They've never had to do a paper. They've never had to do real research. They never submitted something for someone to tear it apart and for them to go check their facts. All they know is Google research and whatever the collective manosphere is telling them. I'm telling y'all have to stop going back and forth. Women are really leading in these areas, and there are a lot of men that can lead in this area intellectually. But I'm telling y'all, a lot of the basic men that be on the internet, they're just regurgitating research from the manosphere, and a lot of it is inaccurate. They don't know how to read research. They don't know how to read research. They don't know how to collect data. They don't know how to really debate. They're just regurgitating information from other men in the manosphere. And it's highly misogynistic. They're only finding facts to validate the bullshit that really don't make no sense in the long term. But, you know, they need power. They have to find something to assert themselves over you. They need it to make sense to them. It doesn't need to make sense to you because it really doesn't make sense. That's why you can't go back and forth. Don't collude with the crazy. You just got to listen to them and be like, oh, okay. As long as it makes sense to you, whatever you need to do for it to make sense. It doesn't need to make sense to you, though, because a lot of the times I see y'all going back and forth with these men around things, and I'm just letting you know, couldn't be fucking me. Not with the numbers that I know. Like, one of the most common thing is where men like to say 80% of women like to go for the top 20%. And I just want you to know that was one of the biggest lie. It's actually the reverse. It's actually 80% of men tend to go for the top 20%. Actually, the 80% of women tend to go for 80% of men that are in the middle. So majority of women are not going for that top 20%. But you see how easy information can be skewed by men that are highly delusional. They tend to regurgitate information. They don't know what they're doing with it. But what I know for sure is they will project information that was simply regurgitated from a place that they had no business listening to. And you ladies cannot listen to them. You don't even want what they're saying to make sense, because the minute it makes sense to you, the minute you're going to have to struggle to not be like them, because when you realize what you're really dealing with, how does one not lose their shit? How do you not just beat them up? Because you can't fight with them intellectually. They don't have much. They don't have much there. The peanuts are just circling around and tumbling around in the brain, and you're over here trying to go back and forth. What are you trying to learn or teach? They can't teach or lead you. They can't do nothing. These men right here, y'all gotta stop going back and forth. Y'all like to argue with them? I think y'all like to argue. You like to argue with crazy, don't you? If that's what you like, find a near shelter. You probably might find one of them there, because that's what they need to be.